Tune into Sports 360 with Ahmed Hamad.
In the only test between Ireland and Zimbabwe at Bulawayo, Humphreys 4 puts Ireland in sight of victory going into the final day. Zimbabwe need another 109 runs with just 3 wickets in hand. Earlier on the fourth day, Zimbabwe resumed their second inning at 38 for the loss of 3 wickets, with Brian Bannett batting on 15 and Trevor Grandu yet to score. But chasing a target of 292, Zimbabwe were 183 for 7. Resuming at 38 for 3, they lost the fourth wicket of Trevor Grandu at 40. Just 2 runs were added from the overnight score, and Trevor Grandu, the night watchman, was out after scoring 2. He was bowled by McCarthy. He faced 18 balls. But the fifth wicket partnership of 65 between Madhevere and Bannett took Zimbabwe total past 100 runs mark. They were 105 for 4, but they lost their fifth wicket in the 36th over of Brian Bannett, who scored 45 of 72 balls, hitting 3 fours with a strike rate of 63 runs. He was caught by wicketkeeper Tucker off the bowling of Humphreys. The sixth wicket partnership also added 56 runs of 104 ball between Madhevere and Campbell. Madhevere made 21 and Campbell 33, but the sixth wicket fell at 161. The captain of Zimbabwe was out after scoring 33 of 62 balls, hitting 3 fours. He was caught and bowled by Humphreys, and Zimbabwe lost their sixth wicket at 161. 12 runs later, they lost their seventh wicket at 173 in the 62nd over, and Nyasha Mayavu was the 7th to go after scoring 8 from 30 balls, hitting 2 fours, caught by Sterling off the bowling of Humphreys. And at close of 4th day's play, Zimbabwe were 183 for the loss of 7 wickets, which means they need another 109 runs with 3 wickets in hand. The not-out batsman is Wessly Madhevere, who's batting on 61 of 147 balls, hitting 7 fours, and he's being supported by Newman Nyamhuri, who scored 5 from 19 balls. But apart from Brian Bannett, who scored 45, and Jonathan Campbell, the captain, who made 33, rest of the Zimbabwean batsmen could not put up a decent total on the board. Looking at the Ireland's bowling, Mark Adair, 16 overs, 2 maiden, 44 runs and 1 wicket, with economy of 2.75. Barry McCarthy, 8 overs, 22 runs and 2 wicket, with economy of 2.75. Matthew Humphreys, 19 overs, 5 maiden, 41 runs and 4 wicket, with economy of 2.15. 4 for 41. Brilliant bowling from Matthew Humphreys. Andy McBride, 17 overs, 4 maiden, 47 runs and no wicket. Then Craig Young, 7 overs, 20 runs and no wicket, and Curtis Camphor also bowled 1 over, gave away 3 runs without taking a wicket. So the summary of the match: Ireland in the first inning scored 260, and in reply, Zimbabwe in the first inning scored 267, taking a lead of 7 runs. And in the second inning, Ireland scored 298 runs, setting Zimbabwe a target of 292 and chasing 292. Zimbabwe, at close of 4th day's play, were 183 for the loss of 7 wickets, needing another 109 runs with 3 wickets in hand. Ireland were made to feel at home in Bulawayo, albeit in a slightly devious sense, as rain washed out large chunks before bad light ended day 4. But by taking 4 wickets in 53 overs spread across 2 sessions, the visitors will come out as favourite on the final day. However, the grim forecast for day 5 could deny Ireland a win. Hope is not lost completely for Zimbabwe, even though they need another 109 with 3 wickets in hand. Wessly Madhevere, the top scorer, is unbeaten on 61, and as they showed in the first inning, the lower order can make handy contribution. Matthew Humphreys, the left-arm spinner, bowled unchanged for 18 overs, separated by a short rain break in the middle. That yield 4 for 37 with the pitch assisting spin. He is likely to play an important role tomorrow as well if the weather permits. Sunday was a stop-start day as bad weather delayed the start for 15 minutes. Barry McCarthy needed 6 balls to make a mess of night watcher Trevor Grandu stumps with a full delivery that deviated past the outside edge. Brian Bannett survived a close leg before shout against Mark Adair in the second over of the day. Madhevere tactic of shuffling across the line induced a leading edge, but it fell safely to Adair left. Adair and McCarthy bowled 9 overs for 12 runs that were possible before the rain halted play for nearly 3 hours. Zimbabwe resumed 71 for 4 after break, and Madhevere survived a tough chance of Craig Young in the first one-post resumption and copped a bouncer on the helmet a little later. Meanwhile, had more serene stay before edging Humphreys behind as spinner began his long spell. Jonathan Campbell was scratchy at the start against the spin and survived 2 near chop-ons in his first 30 balls, of which he made 6. He picked up 2 fours and 2 threes on the offside before rain created a small stoppage with Zimbabwe on 146 for 5. Humphreys and Andy McBride enjoyed the turn offered by the pitch so much that Andy Belbrine persisted with them despite the thick cloud cover. The decision was rewarded after the break as Humphreys took a sharp return catch to dismiss Campbell and end the 56-run 6-wicket partnership. Humphreys later dismissed Nyasha Mayavu, Paul Sterling at slip, grabbing the rebound of Tucker's glove. In the meantime, Madhevere reached his maiden Test 50. He and Newman Nyamhuri took Zimbabwe close to 200 when bad light forced stumps 12 minutes before the scheduled time. Partnerships are vital. Remember, Zimbabwe scored 67 runs in the first inning for the 10th wicket between Muzarabani and Trevor Gwandu, and Muzarabani scored 47 in that partnership. So far in the second inning, only 2 half-centuries partnership. The 5th wicket partnership of 65 of 119 between Madhevere and Bannett, Madhevere 31 and Bannett 30 equally contributed, and the 6th wicket partnership of 56 of 104 between Madhevere and Campbell, Madhevere 21 and Campbell 33. Rest of the batting lineup could not put up a partnership to enable them come closer to the target. On the other hand, Ireland in the second inning have only 1 half-century partnership, and that is of 2nd wicket between Andy Belbrine and Curtis Camphor of 75 runs, Curtis Camphor 39 and Belbrine 27, and the 1st wicket partnership of 46 of 49 between Andy Belbrine and Peter Moore, and rest all small partnership. 32 for the 3rd wicket, 18 for the 4th, 28 for the 5th, 39 for the 6th, and then 23 for the 7th and 20 for the 8th wicket partnership. Enable Ireland to post 298 runs on the board and setting Zimbabwe a target of 292. Zimbabwe 183 for 7, needing another 109 runs. So match is in the final stages. Let's see, Zimbabwe chased down the remaining 109 or Ireland wrapped up Zimbabwe's last 3 batsmen to clinch the only test match between the two sides.
Keep on watching Sports 360 with Ahmed Hamad for latest news, views, and interviews of sports personalities from around the world.